Alrighty, so I'm heading to the supermarket now. I'm going to grab some stuff for the picnic. I'm also getting some stuff for meal prep this week, so I'll do like a mini grocery haul, but that's not the main focus of this video. So I'll just show you a few bits and pieces, and then I'll show you my prep for the picnic and also the picnic. And yeah, so in addition to obviously showing you a fun day out, I also did want to talk a little bit about mental health. So the day that I'm filming this today is Are You Okay Day, and it just reiterates the importance of checking in with your friends, but also checking in with yourself. So a quote that's really resonated with me recently is that you can't pour from an empty cup. You need to take care of yourself first before you actually have excess energy that you are able to share with others, and extra love and compassion that you're able to give to others. If you don't give that to yourself first, you're just coming into every interaction with a negativity in you, and it's a lot more difficult to be positive when you're constantly saying negative things to yourself and have a negative frame of mind in terms of your relationship with yourself. So honestly, like, you have to put yourself first. In the long term, you're going to get more happiness from helping others. But right now, if you don't love yourself genuinely, and if you're not in a good headspace, you really have to focus on yourself before you can then give to others. And I think that's something really important. A lot of people put other people first, and that's all well and good. Like, I honestly think it's so important to think of others and to help others, but you need to get yourself right first. And obviously this is a journey, and you know, it's not just right and wrong, and you're not just gonna be great one day and then stay that way forever. Like, there's always more things to learn and more ways to grow, but yeah, just make sure to really focus on yourself. So that's what this whole video is about, you know, taking care of yourself, doing things that make you happy. And one of the things that makes me really happy is going on picnics. So with all that said, we're going to jump straight into the video, and let me know in the comments down below what makes you happy, because I would love to hear what makes you happy and what lights you up. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, and let's continue with the video. So the majority of stuff that I picked up today is actually just for my meal prep for the week, but a lot of it is for the picnic. So some of the things I'm taking with me on the picnic is a fruit salad, which you'll see us make shortly. I also wanted to make a marble brownie, which you'll see again shortly. Oh, that was so good. Highly recommend trying out that recipe. I will leave the full recipe in the description box below if you want to check that out. But yeah, I have some beautiful fresh fruit. Then I also have quite a few vegetables for my meal prep, a few different protein sources to try, and yeah, my meals this week were so good. I actually will have that in a video at some stage, some of the meals I made with this haul, so stay tuned for that. But now we are going on to making a BLT for the picnic. So I've made a BLT, I think in one of my previous videos. I'll have a look and see if I can find it, but I'm using tempeh here for the bacon. And I'm making my own marinade to make the tempeh taste like bacon. So I'm starting off with some oil, then some soy sauce, as well as some barbecue sauce, some smoked paprika, and garlic powder. You could add in some salt and pepper too if you'd like, or if you like your bacon a bit sweeter, you can add in a bit of maple syrup. However, I think it tasted really good just like this, so that's what I went with today. This oil that I got is actually gifted to me by Mount Elephant, and I really like it. It's a hemp and olive oil blend. It actually tastes amazing, so I would recommend that if you want to try out a new oil. I think you can get it at Woolworths, but I'll have to double check. I'll leave a link in the description box below. Anyway, I left that to marinate overnight, and now it is the next day, the day of the picnic, and it's time to make our fruit salad and our brownies. So here with the brownies, I'm starting with a 1/4 cup of that same oil, as well as 50 grams of stevia. That was actually all I had left, so that's all I used. But you can definitely add in a little bit more if you like it extra sweet. Then I added in a tablespoon of flaxseed meal. So this is like an egg replacement. You could actually make it into a proper flax egg and mix it with some water, but I just wanted to
skip that step and just add it straight into the mix. I've also added in around about 100 mils of almond milk. If you've seen my other videos before, you'll know that I kind of like to wing things. I really love experimenting in the kitchen. I find it really therapeutic, and it's kind of like a form of meditation for me to just try out new things, and I just love being creative. So that's what I was doing today, and I just happened to make this delicious recipe that I'm actually really proud of. Yeah, I just find that sometimes when I'm just creative and just add things in and just kind of go with the flow, I tend to create these really good recipes. So that's what I was doing today. So I added in some almond milk, some protein powder, and some self-raising wholemeal flour. As I said before, the actual recipe will be in the description box below. But yeah, I was kind of winging it, you know, checking the texture. I also added in some maple syrup here to give it a bit of extra sweetness, and some peanut butter to bring in that kind of creamy element, and add in a little bit more fat into the mixture to help it kind of, you know, just have a nicer, moister texture, because I really like a good moist brownie. Then I added in some baking powder to make sure it would rise enough, because I am using protein powder instead of the bulk of flour so that it has a higher protein content. These brownies actually have over 10 grams of protein per serve, which is pretty good for a brownie, and they taste incredibly delicious. So yeah, then I just added in a little bit more peanut butter because I thought it needed a little bit more. And then what I'm doing now is transferring half of the batter into my tray. And then you'll see shortly, the rest of the batter I add in some cocoa powder too, and that's how we get the marble effect. So I'm adding in, I think I did about 4 to 5 teaspoons of cocoa powder, which would probably equate to maybe just under 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. Then I'm adding in a little bit more almond milk just to help that mix through because it was getting a bit dry. And then you'll see shortly I also added in a little bit more flour and a little bit more almond milk, again just to kind of get a slightly better texture. I do this a lot based on, you know, the feel, the taste. I'm always tasting things along the way, especially when I'm recipe testing. And yeah, I got a really good texture here, and then I added it into the pan, and then it's time to swirl it all up together. So as you've been seeing on the side to the right of me, Christian's actually been cutting up all the fruit for the fruit salad. So he was really great and offered to help me with all of this, which was amazing. So he started off with an orange, then he added in some papaya, some strawberries, a banana, and now he is cutting up some pineapple. And then shortly we're also going to put in some grapes and some passion fruit. So it's a loaded fruit salad. It was so good. So as you can see, I made a beautiful marble swirl with the mixture, and now I'm just adding in some Lindt dark chocolate. And now finally I'm drizzling over 1 teaspoon of peanut butter on top to give it a nice little swirl effect. And it's always great to just bite into that little bit of peanut butter. So good. As you can see now, we're just adding in the final few elements into our fruit salad, and then we'll mix that up and put that into the little servings to take with us on the picnic. So recently Hydro Flask reached out to me and asked if I wanted to try out some of their products, and I have absolutely loved everything I've got from them. I have 2 drink bottles, a coffee mug, a coffee flask, you'll see that later in the video, as well as some tote bags that I use all the time for shopping. And then they also gifted me these cute little containers, and these are so good. So I used it the first time on this picnic, and it kept our fruit salad really nice and cold and just delicious. It was a fairly warm day, so it was nice to have our fruit salad nice and cold in these little containers. I do have a discount code for Hydro Flask if you wanted to check out any of their products. The discount code is only valid until the 20th of September. So I would definitely recommend checking them out and using that discount code if you do want to buy anything. It's just Saska15 for 15% off. Hydro Flask, I don't think do that many sales, so definitely get onto this if you have been thinking about buying anything from them. I really do highly recommend these little flasks. You know, if you like to travel, it's great to take to work or to take to school if you go to school. Also the drink bottles, I absolutely love them. I'll leave a link to my favorite drink bottle in the description box below because it's honestly so good. I literally use it every single day. It's right next to me right now, sitting on my desk as I'm editing this video. It's just so good. Anyway, back to the video. Here is the final product of the brownies. Oh my gosh, guys, this came out so well. Like, because I was recipe testing, I didn't really have very high expectations. I was kind of like, oh, you know, hopefully it will work, fingers crossed. But oh my gosh, it turned out so well. Christian actually said that this was my best brownie I've ever made. And I've made a few different types of brownies. I have my sweet potato brownie recipe, which is up on my channel. I'll link it in the top right corner, which I thought was my best brownie, and I thought it was so incredibly delicious. But this one just like adds in a whole new dimension, having the 2 different flavors on the bottoms, like the chocolate brownie and the blondie, and then also the peanut butter swirl and the chocolate. It's just so many dimensions. I feel like you could even add in some like chopped nuts into this to give it another dimension. But anyway, definitely try this out. Now it's time to cook up the tempeh that's been marinating overnight. So this is what it looks like after it's marinated overnight. All of the flavors have soaked through into the tempeh, giving it a beautiful, moist and, you know, flavorsome texture, which is really great. And all I'm doing here is putting it onto a lined baking tray and into the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes until it kind of crisps up a little bit. I didn't have a lot of time this morning, so I think I only left it in for about 20 minutes, but if you put it in for a bit longer with the oven off, it will dry out a little bit more and become a bit crispy. So it's totally up to you. If you like crispy tempeh bacon, leave it in for a bit longer. But if you're happy with it to be a bit moist, you know, you can just go on, 20 to 30 minutes. Anyway, it is time to go to our picnic location. And it was so funny. It says that we would arrive there at 111, and that's like, I don't know, I feel like it's my lucky number. I see it a lot. So that was fun. And anyway, we are driving now. We had to drive up a big hill to get to the spot. And yeah, it was a really, really nice drive. It was such a funny day because it was quite overcast, and it was actually projected to be overcast for the whole day. But literally just as we got there and set up our picnic, the sun came out and it was just so nice. So this was our picnic. We have our BLTs, the marble brownies, as well as some drinks, our fruit salads, and then we also brought along some coffee with us, which you'll see shortly. But firstly, I had my BLT, and oh my gosh, it was so good. So I used a Turkish bread roll that I just got from the supermarket. I added in some avocado as well as some lettuce, tomato, and then of course the barbecue tempeh bacon, which was so good. And once I finished that, we had some coffee. So yeah, we bought our coffee in our big flask, and then also some almond milk in the little mini hydro flask there. So we were able to have delicious hot coffee at the mountain, which was probably 40 minutes after we made the coffee, we were drinking it, and it was still piping hot because the hydro flask keeps it really nice and warm, which is great. So this was my coffee, and I enjoyed it with my marble brownie, which I'll give you a review of in a second.
What did I say? Don't feed the birds.
But this little magpie wanted to come and join our picnic.
Oh, it's coming rather close.
It was so funny. We actually saw quite a lot of wildlife throughout this trip, which you'll see soon. But yeah.
I'm gonna give...
You can dunk it?
No. Look how cool it is. It's like dark brown on one side and then light on the other.
I like how the one I had earlier was blonde on the bottom.
Alright, I'm gonna have a bite. My review on the brownie is 10 out of 10.
It was a great little time we had here, and it was just really nice to soak up the sun and look at the view, and yeah, it was a great time.
Alright, well, we just got back from our walk. It ended up being, I think, about a 2-hour walk. We did about 7.5 to 8k. So yeah, about 10,000 steps. Maybe not quite 2 hours. Maybe like, what is the time? I don't know. I didn't even have my phone with me. So the time is 4:20 and we left at 2. So actually 2.5 hour walk. Yeah, that's a long walk. And yeah, it was really fun. We meant to go on this one circuit that was just about 5Ks, but then we saw that the one circuit linked up with another trail, so we did that one too. So it ended up being 7.5 to 8Ks. But yeah, gonna head home now. Aren't we, Christian?
Yes.
So we decided to take a longer route home, which did a circle of the national park, and it was so funny. I literally said to Christian, oh my gosh, imagine if we see some kangaroos. And literally 1 second after I said that, he said, look, there's a kangaroo literally right in front of us, probably 20 meters away from our car. And I quickly got out my phone and was able to get a little glimpse of them in the phone as they ran away.
All right, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Did you enjoy the picnic?
I did. It was quite nice.
Yeah, it was a good day. Our hike ended up being a bit longer than planned.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, so it ended up being like a 2.5 hour walk / hike, but it was good. We enjoyed it. It was a nice day out.
Yeah.
Anyway, stay tuned for next week's video where I'm going to be eating like Christian for a day, which was a fun experiment. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and see you next time. Bye!